Warning: this video contains swearing, and this is not for kids. Viewer discretion is advised. And thank you, Amaya, for making my avatar. I just got back from watching the new Jeff Nichols movie, The BikeRiders. The actors that star in this movie are Austin Butler, Jodie Comer, Tom Hardy, and many, many more. This movie is about a girl who falls in love with a biker named Benny, and he's part of this motorcycle club called the Vandals. And the leader of this club is named Johnny, and as the film goes on, the club starts getting to more violence and gets more dangerous for both Benny's and Kathleen's relationship. This film is somewhat based on real events by book writer Danny Leon. Originally, this film was supposed to come out back in 2023, but due to the writer's strike, this film was delayed until June of 2024. Despite the delay of this movie, it is finally out. But before we get started, I'd like to mention that whoever was the person that was fucking talking out loud throughout the movie and flashing their fucking light at the screen, first off, go f*** yourself, and second of all,
turn off the flash, you fucking moron!
And without further ado, let's get on to the review of The BikeRiders. My overall thoughts on The BikeRiders is pretty positive. Austin Butler plays the character Benny, and he gives out a good performance as his character is supposed to be a hothead and unpredictable. This is one of Austin's better roles, as I was not one of the biggest fans of his performance as Elvis. However, Austin does do a fine job playing the likable but troubled protagonist. Jodie Comer was surprisingly good in this movie. In some parts, it is told from her perspective, and later on, Kathleen starts to consider whether or not Benny is making the right choice of being in this club. But the best part of this movie has to go to Tom Hardy as the character Johnny. My god, Tom Hardy is so fucking good in this movie. He plays the leader of this motorcycle gang, and his character is middle-aged and grumpy, but from his body movement and facial expressions alone, it says a lot about his character. Johnny's interaction with every character in this movie brings a sense of tension, and even when he tries to be nice, you can still feel the humanity in him, but still feel like something's off about him. And I'll say this, I will be really disappointed if he doesn't get a single nomination for this movie. He is that good. There's a lot I could say about the supporting characters in this movie, but all I gotta say is that they do a fantastic job of making this biker gang feel like a natural family. Sure, there's a couple of scumbags in the club, but the ones that are likable, you start to care about these guys. Jeff Nichols' direction is really solid, as he gives this movie a gritty tone to it, and some of the more emotional moments are really done well. Despite the marketing, this movie isn't an action piece and is more character driven. The song choices are really great, and the original score is well done. One more positive thing I could say about this movie, I personally wasn't feeling bored, as the cast of characters give this movie so much personality.
Disappointment in the game of life!
Despite me loving this movie, I don't think that this movie is exactly a masterpiece, and I do have a few complaints about this movie. The concept alone of the whole biker gang scenario has been done before, but the acting helps it stand out. While the original score is still good, there is one moment in the movie that the score feels out of place and was a bit too sappy for my liking. At the end of the movie, there's a character that dies. It looks really goofy and it took me out of the moment, and it's supposed to be taken really serious. I think it would have been better if we didn't see the body and see it through the perspective of the characters that witnessed the death. Overall, I think that The BikeRiders is a really good movie, with good performances, good directing, a pleasant but gritty tone, and Tom Hardy playing one of the best roles I've seen from him. I'm happy on how the movie turned out, and hope by the end of the review, it'll give you guys the right idea to give this movie a shot, and I'll give The BikeRiders an 8 out of 10. So that was my review of The BikeRiders. If you guys seen this movie, let me know in the comments if you like this movie, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm Ricky the Kitsune, signing off.